Hey, this is a video response contest entry to Spider Monkee's 100 subscriber giveaway. First off, congrats to you, my man. 100 subscribers, big milestone. I finally hit it, though it seems to have taken you a lot less time to do so. And so, yeah, I will, as usual, when I do one of these things, I will put a link down below to Spider Monkee's channel, as well as the contest video. You have until like the end of July 28th, I think, to enter this. So get on that and get a move on. Don't want to give, pass this up. He's got two ways of entering. You can enter via comment, or you can enter via, video. That's the video. Video gets you more entries. He's got two prizes. One will be the main draw. The other one is sort of a opinion piece. He's going to pick something that is, the best response going, that he likes, the best video response to his contest. And what he's looking for is, essentially, he wants the answer to two questions. If Hollywood was going to make a movie of my life type thing, who would play me and what would the genre be? I'm going to go one step forward and give you the complete synopsis breakdown of the story going on. The genre is rom-com / horror. It is a blending of the two, because this is a story about, if you've watched my channel, there's me, there's Lesley, and the two girls, Sarah and Emily. We pop up from time to time all together. Sometimes it's mostly just me. So it would be unfair to have a movie without having all four of them in there. So what are we talking here? We are talking a story. Well, it's a rom-com story, right? So it's the story of like two kindred souls. He's dated what seems like, like everything under the sun, right? But he still hasn't managed to find Mrs. Right. She's recently divorced and not sure about the dating scene. Both decide that, maybe going to the internet is the best option. They, essentially join up to the same internet website, dating website thing. And this is where you're gonna, in the story, you kind of get a little lead up and introduce the characters. And in this point, they've joined the thing, so you're gonna cue, a bunch of funny, bizarre dates with, interesting characters, a montage of sorts. And what makes this really awesome is who's playing me? Kevin Hart. Yes, we are taking some artistic license. So I think, probably a guy who's really come into his own right now and is sort of like the big thing in terms of comedians. Kevin Hart, clearly not a white guy, but he is definitely playing me. Now, Lesley is going to be played by Sigourney Weaver. Why? Why not? This is going to be some horror elements. I don't know how Kevin Hart does in horror. I know how Sigourney Weaver does in horror. Let's put them together and see what happens. See how it plays off. I think she's done some rom-com stuff. She's done some films of that nature, some dramas. So I think let's put them together and see what happens, right? So at this point, they've gone on these dates with all these weird, crazy people. And so Lesley is thinking she may never find Mr. Right. And a group of her closest friends decide to cheer up with, an old-fashioned girls' night sleepover. And I know what you're thinking, pillow fight. No, we're not going to that cliche. No, we're going to they pull out the classic game of Ouija. Yes, they pull out the Ouija board. Now, if you know Lesley, she loves, ghost stories and all that kind of stuff. So you had to bring in the Ouija board. You have to contact spirits and stuff like that. And of course, they're sitting there and they're asking the board questions and having a good old time. And it comes to Lesley and she asks the question, will I ever find my perfect guy? And of course, the camera angle just happens to have her laptop, in the background, and you get the ding as, like an instant message comes on from, Kevin Hart, me. you know, via the dating website, which just happens to be up because I'm sure they looked at it or something like that, right? So taking this as a sign, Sigourney Weaver agrees to go on a date. So, you know, they meet at a restaurant and talk, and, you know, immediately hit it off. It's that whole, you know, they are the kindred spirits. You can tell this is rom-com. You can see that there is definitely something there. The sparks are flying, right? They both talk about what they wish their lives had been like and how they both wanted kids, but that, you know, at this point in their lives, because they're a little older, it may not happen. And after dinner, they decide, you know what, we're going to go for a walk, we're going to talk, we're, you know, go around the town. And during the walk, they essentially come across a big toy store. And we're thinking like FAO Schwartz type toy store, right? Like if you've seen Big and he's doing the thing on the big floor keyboard, this is the kind of toy store we're talking about. And, you know, Big, right? Tom Hanks, classic rom-com, but he's not in this movie. Tom Hanks is not in this rom-com. No, Kevin Hart is. I'm just saying. Tom Hanks could have played me, but no, Kevin Hart. I want to sell this movie. They decide to go in and they're looking around and they're having fun and horsing about and, you know, just having a gay old time. They're doing the rom-com thing, right? And then eventually they come to like the doll section. So there's all sorts of dolls and all this kind of stuff. One of them essentially suggests, you know, in sort of like a dramatic moment, dialogue, sort of almost like a love scene, but with a little bit of a smirk to it. Like there's a little nod to the comedy here that perhaps they should both buy, you know, like life-size dolls, and that it would be like them starting their, you know, a new family together. And, you know, like obviously this is, you can see how kind of absurd this is, but oddly enough, the other party goes, you know, sure, that sounds like a cool idea. Let's do that. Let's have some fun with it. And so this is where we enter Emily and Sarah. And they are essentially the two dolls. Now, Emily is played by Warwick Davis. Yes, the little dwarf man who, you know from Willow and such, and a slew of other movies. And yes, I realize that Warwick Davis is not female and that this is, you know, we're playing Emily, but we're taking some creative license. If I can be black, she can be Warwick Davis. I'm just saying. Now, Sarah is actually going to be like an animatronic puppet similar to like Chucky. So, I guess it's like female Chucky, which, what was this? Tiffany, remember his bride? I guess so. It'd be like Tiffany, but, you know, like an animatronic puppet doll thing. Yeah, so they bring their respective dolls home, and, you know, obviously the night ends, blah, blah, blah. It's clear, and they bring the dolls home, and subsequently always bring them with them whenever they're together. So for a little bit longer, even though there's this weird doll thing happening on, you can start to nudge in that horror, that tension, that suspense, because you know what? There's something wrong. First you had the Ouija thing, but you know what? You play it off, whatever. It's nothing. It's just, you know, people having fun. But then, you know, you start to think about it. I don't know. There's something really weird about these dolls. I mean, that doll looks like Warwick Davis. So clearly there's more to these dolls than meets the eyes. These aren't your normal dolls. Sigourney continues to get like messages from the dating website, and Kevin keeps getting like calls and text messages from girls he's gone out in the past, and this triggers what happens next, you see, because what neither of these two realize is that these dolls don't want anything getting in the way of their newly formed family, and start killing off all these possible admirers, these people trying to, you know, get in the way of this relationship between Kevin Hart and Sigourney Weaver. And so you basically, you know, the rest of the movie plays out, you know, will Sigourney and Kevin be able to figure out that their dolls are killing people? And, you know, spoiler alert, will they figure out that, it's the spirits from the Ouija board that have possessed these dolls to do so? Have I given away the twist? Only time will tell. You're gonna have to watch the movie. Anyways, yeah, that's the movie I've put together. Hopefully it sounds interesting enough and funny and bizarre and a little ridiculous and ludicrous at the same time as possibly giving you some scares, some laughs, and some all-around good fun in terms of, you know, dating gone really bad. And so, yeah, there you go. We've got Kevin Hart playing me, Sigourney Weaver playing Lesley, and Emily is played by Warwick Davis, and Sarah's played by an animatronic puppet similar to Chucky, aka Tiffany, who I guess, you know what, I didn't give her a voice, so she's going to be voiced by if now this is going to be you may not get this reference. She's going to be voiced by Sugar, who used to be a host on YTV, a Canadian television show, way back when. So if you want to know who that is, look up Sugar and YTV, and you should find something on YouTube, and that'll give you an idea as to why I've picked this person and her voice. Now, I do believe, I don't know her real name, but I do believe she's actually in LA. She lives in LA now and is, you know, doing an acting career type thing, and has done 1 or 2 movies, you know, low budget movies. Yeah, that's who I'm going to get to do the voice for Sarah and, you know, the animatronic puppet. And so, yeah, there you go. Hope you enjoyed my little story here. Again, I'll put a link to Spider Monkey's channel as well as the contest video down below. Check it out, enter, have some fun. Till next video, take care, have a good one.